We can do it. And by it, I mean another episode of Bet It, Bank It, Blow It. I am Jamie G, the attorney for Ernie, and I'm back with Magnum Mills for some Sunday action. Somehow it's already week 11, and yet it feels like we've got a playoff game in Western New York. Do you feel the electricity?
Slow your roll, man. You're going to have me holiday shopping. We are not quite there yet. Just sit back, enjoy some high quality H2O, and relax. I got the green notebook. It's got all the plays in it, and we're going to share some of them here on this episode of Bet It, Bank It, Blow It, presented by CSAC Fantasy Football. Thank you for checking out our show. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Find us on social media at CSACFF. Same place on the web, CSACFF.com. Very simple and easy to remember, just like the flaps. FLAPS. Follow, like, and please subscribe. If you had fun, please remember to press the thumb.
This is the time of the show where I remind you firmly, but politely, you absolutely should be checking around, making sure you're shopping around the legal sports books available in your state to get the best odds and wagers, and make sure you're checking injury reports, weather, and all the latest news. You're going in blind if you don't do this. All of our odds and wagers, they are from DraftKings Sportsbook, and everything is accurate as of Friday, November 15th, 2024. Let's go, Mike Tyson, tonight. All right, before we go any further, we need to have a little transparency time. How are we looking through Thursday night football this week?
Not as good as we like to be, but we are still in the green overall as a show. And you should know on Bet It, Bank It, Blow It, our preferred currency is the cricket coin. In cricket, we trust. On the season as a show, we are still up about 817 coins. I am in the green about 637. Jamie G, you're down about 2180 because you cannot hit a lottery ticket to save your life. And we're being held up by our tripods. We're plus 2361 on those bad boys. So we got some green. We'd like it to be a deeper shade of green. That's what we're working on here. Pretty interesting slate we have for the main games on Sunday in the early and late afternoon windows. Jamie G, what do you think of these from a wagering standpoint? Anything in particular jumping out at you here?
Yeah, I think there's some key matchups where there's good teams facing bad teams that you should utilize. And I also think there's some, while on the surface, it may look like a tough matchup, but really good opportunities for certain players, whether they're going against a porous, a good team, but their weakness is run defense, or a good team, but their weakness is pass defense. I think there's a lot of that this week. So it's just a matter of not getting fooled, not getting snake bit by the huge upset this week, and focusing on those key mismatches for me.
That sounds about right. Honestly, this is a weird slate for me. I thought I had a pretty, a couple of good leans here. I'm working on my wagers, and then kind of I look around a little bit and I'm reading a couple things, and it seems like I'm pretty much on the opposite side of the world from everybody. So I think I'm just going to scale it back this week. Take it easy. Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor here. Don't make plays just because you feel like you have to make plays every week. If they're not jumping out at you, don't force it. And this looks like a weird enough kind of slate here that I'm going to approach it with a fair bit of caution.
Always wise to know to have some caution. And we can argue over whether or not Inner Space is a classic movie, but it gave the world one of my favorite quotes. Don't worry, you won't be small forever. That's how we're doing things. So right out of the gate, we're headed to the top of the props. Mills, the tee box is yours.
Gee, I only have one prop this week. I'm just going to keep it simple, stupid. And we saw him come back last week, was very involved in the passing game. I'm going to go with Christian McCaffrey, 50 plus receiving yards. This is plus 260. He had 6 grabs on 7 targets last week. I continue to see him being very, very involved in the passing game. You're looking at a potential high scoring game here with the Seahawks. You have no Brandon Ayuk. George Kittle's a little banged up. Debo's a little banged up. Juwan Jennings a little banged up. Ricky Parasol's a rookie. Could see McCaffrey getting 10 targets here. I think he eclipses that 50-yard receiving mark fairly easily. So plus 260, 100 cricket coins to bring back 360.
Yeah, man, you just need one thing to happen. I need four things to happen, Mills. Narrowed it down to four that I like this week. I really like Jamison Williams. You saw last week coming back from the Lions, he was getting opportunities. They wanted to get him the football. I think he's a great mismatch option, and I like the odds this week. So I've got Jamison Williams, 50 plus receiving yards. It's plus 105. 100 cricket coins to take home 205 cricket coins. I also think that the Green Bay Packers are going to get up and run the football. I think this game is going to go through Josh Jacobs. So I've got Josh Jacobs over 16 and a half rush attempts. It's minus 115. I think he gets there, man. 100 cricket coins to win 186 cricket coins and 95 cricket cents. Got to include those cents in there. And then it didn't happen last week, Mills, but I do think it happens this week. I've got Justin Jefferson, 100 plus receiving yards. It's plus 170. It's happened in, I think, all but 3 weeks this season. 100 cricket coins to take home 270. Come on, Jefferson, earn that money this week for us. And then last but not least, this is going to be an outstanding matchup, but I really like Derrick Henry to have a day here. I think the Pittsburgh defense is very good, but its weakness is you can run the football on them, and I think Baltimore can run the football on them. I've got Derrick Henry over 86 and a half rushing yards. It's minus 115, 100 cricket coins to win, 186 cricket coins, and 95 cricket cents. Mills, I don't know if you look more like Santa Claus or a ZZ Top roadie, but I'm going to go with the ZZ Top because it's tripod time. We're assembling some spectacular legs into a 3-leg player prop parlay that you can get paid on. All right. This thing is going to pay you guys. And Mills, you can either lay out the tripod or bust a clip of Selma Hayek from Dusk Till Dawn. Either way, it's a win and show us the legs.
Oh, Jamie G. I don't know if I would rather be Santa Claus or a ZZ Top roadie. Honestly, it depends who makes more, and they're not very forthcoming about their wages, so I'll have to apply again, see if I can get the gig. We are going to hew pretty close to a couple of your picks here with the tripod and one of mine for good measure. Up top, leg number one, we have Christian McCaffrey dialing down a little bit here to 40 plus receiving yards. That's plus 155, being a little bit more conservative here within the parlay. Leg number two, going with Jamison Williams, 50 plus receiving yards. That's plus 115 right now. We like that. Lions are going to put up some points, get some yards. He can get all of that on one catch, possibly. And then finally, we're going to stick to the king here. Derrick Henry over 86 and a half rushing yards against a somewhat suspect Pittsburgh Steelers rushing defense, minus 115 on that leg. So you put the three legs together. Christian McCaffrey, 40 plus receiving yards, Jamison Williams, 50 plus receiving yards, and Derrick Henry over 86 and a half rushing yards. You get odds of plus 924. So 100 cricket coins would bring you back 1,024 cricket coins. We're getting a comma involved here. I like that.
Gotta love when there's a comma. The Las Vegas Westgate has the famous Super Contest, which is it's great. In fact, it's almost as great as our Supa Dupa Fly contest. We may not have as much money at stake, no, 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 but we have way more random Missy Elliott references, so it's a win.
That's the hot boy who can't stand the rain over there. So yep, there's your references. Every year the Westgate runs the big super contest there in Vegas. Pretty simple. It's a wagering contest. Every week you have to make 5 spread picks. That's it. No, nothing more complex than that. So we're making our picks based on the odds used in the Westgate Super Contest. Last week we both went 3-2. We started this midseason. I am 19-11. You are 18-12, just behind me, but that gives me the honor of going first. Up top, taking Detroit with the big cover. Detroit minus 14 versus Jacksonville. It was one of the first times I actually went to DraftKings and say, like, what's the biggest favorite they'll let me make the Lions? And it's a minus 27 for the record. Then I have Green Bay minus 5 at Chicago. Sorry, Chicago. Love the food, love the people, but the Bears are dead to me as of now until they show me something. Then I've got the Rams minus 4.5 traveling to New England. Could be a little bit of a tricky one there, but ultimately I think they can score enough points to force New England to kind of play uncle there. I just think they're going to poke around and find out. And then give me a little bit of a dog here. I'm going to take Seattle plus 6.5 traveling to San Francisco. Seahawks are coming off a bye. They need this one. They generally play the 49ers pretty tight. And we've seen the 49ers really struggle to close out games. So I think a backdoor cover is well within the range of outcomes here, as is a potential upset. And then finally, Houston minus 7 at Dallas. Maybe I just want to see Jerry Jones cry. Maybe not. But with Nico Collins coming back, Joe Mixon's going to smash. I feel very confident in the Texans with a double-digit cover here. So that's Detroit, Green Bay, the Los Angeles Rams, Seattle, Houston. Jamie G, who are you getting super fly with this week?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna take the big division battle there. I'm gonna take Baltimore to come out on top, minus 3. I'm worried about a push here, honestly, but I'm gonna take Baltimore. I am also gonna take Green Bay minus 5. I'm going to take Minnesota -6. I know they had a terrible game last week. I expect them to do better in the red zone this week against Tennessee and convert some of those interceptions into touchdowns. They do that, they will cover. I'm also going to take the underdog here in Atlanta at Denver. I think Atlanta, it's been hard this season to stay with them. I've stayed. And I think they deliver this week. And last but not least, I got another underdog. I'm taking Cincinnati +1.5 at the Chargers.
Well, right. He loves himself to Joe Burrow, but I do think having T. Higgins back would be a massive boost for that offense. And we'll see if the Chargers can score enough points to keep up. The Bengals can score points. We know that. Can they stop other teams? We don't know. Let's find out.
We shall see. To hell with the driftwood throne, the iron throne, and even the bathroom throne. How about the end zone throne? We're continuing our quest to find the one true king of the end zone. Mills, explain how this thing works and tell us how we did last week.
What we're doing now is a two-part thing with our touchdown wagers. In part one, we're doing a Quad City DJs thing. We are riding the train. That means we select a player and we ride his anytime touchdown prop for 3 weeks. And the other component, part two, is that we're going to go big or go home. We need to take one touchdown prop that is plus 250 or longer. That changes every week. Last week was week one, riding the new guys. I was on the 8 train. I was on Devin Achan. He did not score at -115. And I had Parker Washington as my go big or go home. He didn't even draw a target. It was Bretton Strange getting the targets from McCorkle Jones. That one didn't work out for me. So that was an 0 for last week on my end. Jamie G, you were riding the J.K. Dobbins train for the first time. He did not hit at -140. And you had Calvin Austin the third as your go big or go home. Drew 6 targets. He even drew a contested target in the end zone. Couldn't come down with it though. So you failed. Overall, not doing so great on these. I'm down about 213 coins on my Quad City DJs, ride the train wagers, up 60 on my go big or go home. Jamie G, you're down about 93 on your train wagers and down 400 on the go big or go home. So still looking to hit one of those. This week, again, riding Devin Achan. This is week number 2. He is -135 as an anytime touchdown scorer with the Dolphins at home against the Raiders. 100 coins bring you back about 174. And I'm going to go big or go home. Jamie G, I had your guy Dawson Knox, but after Dalton Kincaid was ruled out, his odds dropped below the threshold, went from +280 to +225, so I can't use him anymore. Had to go back to the well, and I'm going to go with the rook. Give me Drake May, anytime rushing touchdown. I mean, it's anytime. He could catch one too if he wants, but got to rush it or catch it. That's +320. Stevenson hasn't been that good around the goal line. They're kind of mothballing Antonio Gibson. I don't trust Jermichael Hasty. I think there's a very good chance May gets maybe it's a sneak and end up, a little bit around the corner, bootleg, something there. I could see him finding his way into the end zone like that at +320. 100 coins will return 420 coins.
Wow, man, I like it. That is going big. Yeah, I'm riding the train, the choo-choo train here with J.K. Dobbins, anytime touchdown. Got to get in the end zone this week, man. Come on, it's -115. 100 cricket coins there will win me 186.95. Cricket coins, feeling pretty good about that one this week, Mills. And then my go big or go home. It's got to happen eventually, right? Give me Christian Watson, anytime touchdown, +270. 100 cricket coins to win 370 cricket coins.
Almost feels like you should just parlay the Christian Watson anytime with the over on his longest reception, because if he gets one, it feels like it's going to be a bomb, right? So just a little bit. If you're really, really looking for a little bit of extra juice, think about that.
We like money. We prefer dogs, and preferably we want them straight up. Welcome to Paula's Picks. We've each got an underdog or two that we think could win straight up this week. We're doing two things here. Yes, this is a head-to-head contest, but we're also trying to determine the best approach to betting on underdogs. Should you take the points, or should you just bet the money line straight up? How much cash is in Paula's pockets after 10 weeks of action?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful when it comes to these dogs straight up. I mean, of course you want the dog straight up. Who puts ketchup on a hot dog? Seriously.
What kind of asshole is going to put ketchup on a hot dog?
A child, Richie.
Child asshole.
Seriously.
Seriously. Last week, we did pretty decent here. We both hit on Pittsburgh and Arizona, one straight up. We both had both of those. Jamie G, you also had Tampa Bay. They lost at the last second, but they got Mr. Backdoor cover there. So that is pushing things up on the season. Right now, the straight up wagers are down 1,279 coins. They are no longer in the lead. The spread is now only down about 355 coins. So earlier in the season, it was more profitable to take the dog straight up. Now it's trending towards the spread. Let's see. Even with last week, we hit two underdogs, really didn't move the needle because they were not very big dogs. And we like the big dogs. There's nothing wrong with a little dog, but I am a big dog kind of guy. Jamie G, who do you have for us this week? You got a big dog, you got a little yipper dog like in Coming to America. What's the size of the fight and the bite of the dog? And go ahead and let him out.
It's probably like a Boston Terrier size here, but I still like it. He's got a lot of fight in him. I'm going Atlanta. They're plus 14 on the money line, 2-point dogs at Denver. I'm taking the Falcons. I'm doing a dirty bird thing this week.
Bark like a dog. A big dog.
Few ways I could have gone with this one, but I'm going to just kind of build upon one of my picks from the Supa Dupa contest here. Give me Seattle plus 235 traveling to San Francisco, 6.5-point dog. They can put points up, and the 49ers are just struggling. They're struggling to close out games. They're struggling to beat teams that they should beat. This is a divisional matchup. I think Seattle's going to give them hell. They should be fully healthy, going to have DK Metcalf back. I think they have a real legit puncher's chance here. Love that plus 235 on the money line. So I'm going with the Seahawks this week.
The housing market isn't that important when you can build your own joint. We love arrested development, but we're not building a banana stand here. This is something we call the floor versus the ceiling. Here's how it works. We each make two wagers, one that's minus 250 or shorter, and one that's plus 250 or longer. Over the course of the season, we're just trying to simply determine here if you're better off playing it safe at the floor with those bets, or if you're better off swinging for the fences with the ceiling wagers. How is this little project of ours materializing so far?
Not too bad, but maybe we should build a banana stand. I mean, there's always money in the banana stand, right? What are we building houses for? We could be building banana stands just flush with cash. Last week, I hit my floor and my ceiling. Jamie G, you had a push, the first push of this season. You pushed on the floor. You missed on your ceiling. So on the season, I am in the lead in our personal contest here. Overall, I'm up about 458 coins. You are down about 990 coins. Right now, the floor is profitable overall. We are actually both in the green on the floor. Overall, up about 224 coins on the season. I have been profitable on the ceiling. You haven't hit one of those yet, so we're down 755 coins on the ceiling wager. So as of now, it's been more profitable to go with the floor, but the ceiling is still hanging around in there. And at those odds, you don't need to hit a lot of them to succeed. Jamie G, show us how you're building the big yellow joint this week. Give us a floor and a ceiling.
My floor this week, Mills, I am taking Miami minus 2.5 against the Raiders. It's minus 257. Alternate spread here. 100 cricket coins. I will win 138.91 cricket coins. Feeling pretty good about Miami minus 2.5. The ceiling, I talked about it in my Paula's pick. I figured I'm going to go all in on it, man. Give me Atlanta minus 6.5 at Denver. It's plus 260. This is the week we're going to hit one. Alternate spread on this one as well. 100 cricket coins to take home 360.
Better buy yourself an Andre Rison jersey if the Falcons come through here, and then maybe you get yourself some TLC CDs or something like that. You can do a whole Bad Moon Rising thing. For my floor, I am going to tweak the Detroit Lions line here. Going to use an alternate spread. Give me Detroit minus 6.5 versus Jacksonville. That gets it down to minus 266. So 100 coins to bring back about 138. That one feels like free money just about. And for the ceiling wager, guess who's back? Back again. Anthony Richardson is back under center for the Colts, and his 2+ anytime touchdown prop is plus 1,600 to score 2+ rushing touchdowns. He's an extremely mobile quarterback. He's a big guy. He can do the tush push. He can take it to the edge. He could bust off a long one. A lot of ways they could go there. And plus, if he scores 2+ rushing touchdowns, that means that the Colts are probably winning. Aaron Rodgers is probably crying, and I think a lot of people are going to get a little bit of enjoyment out of that. So you can get money and some happiness, and admiring the misery of other people. So I feel a little bit bad for you, Jets fans, but this is you signed up for Aaron Rodgers, so you have to watch the entire program. So that's what I've got. Detroit minus 6.5 is the floor. Anthony Richardson 2+ anytime TD score at plus 1,600, building that ceiling flush with cash.
Flush, baby. Flush. The flush nuts, even. If you want money, lots and lots of money, but you don't have much to start with, we've got just the thing for you. All you need is $1 and a dream. Winning one of these, it's not going to change your life, but it could be the first step on a path towards something much, much greater. Mills, what's our status? Have we achieved any dreams yet, or are we still just working on the dollar?
I think we're still hitting the snooze here. We are both 0 and 10 on the ceiling, so we're both down $10, down $20 overall. We're back in the cup holder in the car, digging through, scrounging that dollar together, but we can find one. We got the dollar. Show us the dream.
Absolutely, man. I've got a five-legger here. There's five legs, kind of similar to like that bar in Total Recall where there was three. Never mind. But it's five legs here. We've got first up, it's going to happen this week. Didn't happen last week. I feel it this week. Justin Jefferson, 100 plus receiving yards. That's plus 175 on its own. I've also got Jamison Williams, 60 plus receiving yards. That's plus 180 on its own. Derrick Henry, 100 plus rushing yards against the Steelers this week, plus 135 on its own. Cooper Kupp, his cup runneth over, Mills, over 6.5 receptions. He's hitting it. Hit it last week. He's going to hit it again this week, plus 105. And then Bijan Robinson, 80 plus rushing yards. It's plus 145. You add them all together, we've got plus 8,988 odds here. $1 here, Mills. You'll take home $90.88. Not bad, but that's a hell of an investment.
That's okay. I think I'm going to go a little bit bigger than that. And you're going to hate me for the first one, but it's something that could happen because the world just likes irony and they're Kansas City Chiefs fans apparently. So leg one, I have Kansas City to beat the Bills in overtime. That's plus 1,900. And I teased it before. Give me Detroit minus 27 versus the Jaguars. That's only plus 456, believe it or not. I'm feeling a nice like 40-10 kind of joint there. Maybe they get a 50 burger up. Who knows? And then Devin Achane, 90 plus receiving yards. That's plus 1,000. I'm feeling like a 60-yard touchdown run. Gets a couple other grabs. Gets over the 90. And then maybe that Colts game turns into a shootout. Anthony Richardson's rushing for 2 touchdowns. The Jets have to put it in the air. Aaron Rodgers throws 3 passing touchdowns. That's plus 425. And then my guy, Christian McCaffrey, he's back. He's doing it for fantasy owners. He finds the end zone not once, not twice, but thrice. That's plus 950. When you add these three together, Kansas City to win in overtime, Detroit minus 27, Achane 90 plus receiving yards, Rodgers 3 plus passing touchdowns, Christian McCaffrey 3 plus anytime touchdown scorer, you get odds of 6,742,790. So $1 will bring back $67,428.89. That is better than a scratch-off ticket. Yes, all of these things are pretty random, probably not going to happen, but for $1, you could actually buy something. Like you could buy a car for this. So worth a buck, I feel.
Good luck this weekend on all those legs except the first one, Mills. Our local physician, Dr. Dre, he recommends playing Let Me Ride just once a week, just every week though. And you know what? We listen to our doctor on this show. It's important. You have to. This is a head-to-head bankroll contest where we make a single wager each week. Sounds pretty easy, but of course, it's more complex than that. That's because we have to risk our entire bankroll on that one single wager. And there's a couple other details here you should know. Mills will fill in the blanks.
Most importantly, you need to know how to win the game. There are 2 good ways to win. First, you can get to 1,000 cricket coins. We each start at 100, so first to 1,000 wins. How you get there is up to you. Or you can successfully let it ride 9 times in a row. We're starting to run out of seasons, so that's becoming less and less of a possibility. But if you wanted to do it like the Hortus, be incredibly safe, you just have to be willing to do it for 9 weeks, and you have to hit all of those short wagers, or you can just go big right away. But the thing is, when you miss, when you fail, you start over again at 100 coins and you get a strike. Strikes are bad because if we finish the game and no one has let us successfully ride 9 times or gotten to 1,000, whoever has the fewest number of strikes, the fewest missed wagers will be the winner by default. Last week, we were just starting over again after JBG won round 1 of the contest, and we both happened to land on Caleb's Williams props, and that did not work out. You had Caleb Williams 225 plus passing yards. I had 3 plus passing touchdowns. Yeah, New England pulled the upset. We were not even close there, so we're both back at 100 coins with 1 strike, 0 wins in a row. You are the champion here, at least until I manage to take it from you, so you can go first.
happy to be the champ, even if it's temporarily. I'm gonna take Baltimore minus 2.5 at Pittsburgh. It's minus 142. Again, I think this game likely to come down to a field goal. I think Baltimore is going to be on the winning side of it. 100 cricket coins to win, 170 cricket coins, and a couple of change here. That's where I'm at this week, Mills. What about you?
Unfortunately, you won't love this one, but your Buffalo Bills have struggled covering running backs out of the backfield. I'm feeling Kareem Hunt 40 plus receiving yards. I believe he had almost 10 targets last week. That's plus 475. If I can hit that one, turning the 100 coins into 575, I'm already halfway home. And that doesn't mean your Bills have to lose. In fact, that might mean the Chiefs are trailing and they keep having to dump the ball off when they're in comeback mode towards the end of the game. So might even be a good thing for you as a Bills fan, whatever I have to tell myself. So Kareem Hunt, 40 plus receiving yards, plus 475, 100 cricket coins to bring back 575.
Get ready to rumble because we close episodes of our show with the Bankroll Battle, which features our official wagers of the week. Give us a weekly update. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you crushed last week. You are continuing to be in the lead. I was extra bad. We are still in the green with our wagers of the week. And since you are in control of the battle, you get to go first once again.
All right, man. Well, I've got a couple for you here. They're going to be fun. I've got 25 cricket coins on Minnesota at Tennessee, taking the over 39.5 points. It worked for me last week with Tennessee going over on this super low total. I think there's enough here for them to dance. I expect them to get 10 to 14 points, and I expect Minnesota to put up the rest. That's enough to get a thing going here. So I'm going to take the over 39.5. It's minus 112, 25 cricket coins to win, 47 cricket coins, and a little bit of pocket change there. Just some walking around money, Mills. I like that one. I'm also going to put 25 cricket coins on Indy +4 at the Jets. I like Indy's defense. I know that sounds crazy, but I think the interior of Indy's defensive line can get after Aaron Rodgers and really stifle that offense. We'll see if Anthony Richardson coming back gives a little bit of a spark, but I think it's enough to cover here. So I'm putting 25 on him, man. That's minus 110. 25 cricket coins to win, 47 cricket coins, 72 cricket cents. I've also got 25 cricket coins going a little bit big here, Mills, on the Atlanta money line. Yeah, I'm picking them to win. It's plus 124. 25 cricket coins there. I will win 53 cricket coins and 50 cents. So if that one hits, I'm feeling pretty good. I've also got a couple smaller ones here. I got 10 cricket coins on Derek Carr over 29.5 pass attempts. I think they're going to air it out a little bit. That's plus 100 by itself. So 10 cricket coins there to take home 20. I've also got 10 cricket coins on Devon A-Chain, 70 plus rushing yards. That's plus 125. 10 cricket coins to win, 22 cricket coins and 50 cents there. I think A-Chain needs a day, man. Let's give him the day this week. What better opponent than the Raiders to do so? And last but not least, I've got 5 cricket coins on King Henry himself, Derrick Henry, 2 plus anytime touchdown score. That's plus 285 on its own. So 5 cricket coins there. I will be taking home just a hair under 20.
All right, he's going with the king on the cheap. Up top, I have 25 coins on Minnesota, -6 at Tennessee. That's minus 110, so 25 points to bring back about 48. I've got 25 coins on Baltimore, -3.5 at Pittsburgh, minus 102, so 25 points to bring back about 49.5. Then 25 coins on an alternate spread here. Atlanta -2.5 at Denver. That's plus 132. So 25 coins to bring back 58. Then I'm going to get a little smaller. 10 coins on Jamison Williams. 100 plus receiving yards. That's plus 850. So 10 coins bring it back 95. And then why not another comeback here? 10 coins on Nick Chubb. 2 plus anytime touchdown score against the Saints. We've seen a lot of teams have success running the ball against them. That's plus 700. So 10 coins to bring back 80 coins. And then why not? I'm going to throw 5 coins on that Anthony Richardson 2 plus anytime touchdown score prop. That's plus 1600. So 5 coins to bring back 85. That brings us to our wagers of the week. Gonna knock on the wood because we have been doing pretty good on these this season, and I'm saying it out loud. You have to be careful about doing that. Very confident in my wager this week. I'm sticking with the Lions here. Could have gone bigger, but I'm just going to take David Montgomery, 70 plus receiving yards. That's plus 150. I can see him getting 100 yards and a touchdown this game. Very, very, very interested in those. I have the Lions winning this game by a lot. I think that's going to lead to a lot of work for Montgomery. So D-Mont, 70 plus rushing yards, plus 150, 50 coins to bring back 125. Jamie G, who are you putting your 50 coins on for your wager of the week?
I absolutely love your wager of the week, Mills. That's an awesome bet there, man. I'm gonna be trailing that one, I think. My wager of the week, I'm gonna go with Minnesota here. I just don't have a lot of confidence in Tennessee to be able to win a game. I think Minnesota gets right. I think this is a perfect get right game for them. 50 cricket coins on Minnesota, -6 at Tennessee. It's -110. 50 cricket coins here to win 99 cricket coins and 45 cricket cents. That is a wrap on this episode of Bet It, Bank It, Blow It. We appreciate you guys riding with us. You made it this far. Go ahead and throw the thumb if you haven't already and subscribe to this bad boy. We do these Bet It, Bank It, Blow It joints for all the games, the main slate, Thursday games, the primetime games, you name it, we got you covered. Best way to follow us is to like and subscribe. Drop a comment below. Let us know what you're targeting this week. Are we in left field? Do you agree with us? And what are some of your favorite plays, man? I'd love to do that. Drop a comment below. And the favorite thing, though, the best thing you can possibly do is send me just the slip. I want to see just the slip just to see what it looks like, all right? Get at us on our DMs. Send me those bet slips. Good luck this weekend. Let's make some money together.
We do like making the money here on Bet It, Bank It, Blow It. Thank you for checking out our show. We are presented by Seize the Gap Fantasy Football. Find us wherever you get your pods and on YouTube. We're on social media at Seize the Gap FF. Same place on the internet, seizethegapff.com. Nice and easy to remember, just like the flaps, FLAPS. Follow, like, and please subscribe. If you had fun, make sure that you've hit the thumb. I'm Magnum Mills. He's Jamie G. We can help you bet it. We can help you bank it. But
blowing it is up to you.
You'll see.
You can do it! You can do it all night long!